If you want to lose weight and keep it off, keep watching because today we're going to talk about why you're not losing weight on a vegan or a plant-based diet and what to do about it. Music. Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to Dr. Health Plus. If this is your first time here, I'm Dr. Leo. I'm a health coach, holistic nutritionist, and plant-based food instructor, and I teach you how to easily transition to a whole food, plant-based lifestyle and thrive. On this channel, I share recipes, encouragement, and plant-based education, so if that's your vibe, please consider subscribing to this channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Truth is, you probably went vegan or plant-based for weight loss reasons, maybe to lose belly fat, but you're frustrated because though you're working hard to have a healthy diet, you have little to no fat loss. Basically, you're vegan, but still overweight. Let me tell you, I can relate because believe it or not, I was my heaviest as a vegan. I was doing all the right things, right? I stopped eating meat, stopped the dairy, the whole 9 yards. But what I didn't realize is that though I was working hard, I wasn't working smart. So I'm going to give you the top reasons why you may be struggling to lose the weight, what to do about it, and make sure you stick around till the end because Emma give you a bonus weight loss hack to supercharge your fat loss process. And hey, as always, at any point during the video, you can check out the YouTube description box for all the links and resources I talk about in this video, as well as additional resources to help you out. All right, let's go. Hormones, music, boo. If you've been doing everything right but nothing is budging, check them hormones. Hormones are tiny messengers that send information through your bloodstream to different parts of your organs and tissues, and they tell them what to do. When they're off balance, it can lead to too much weight gain or too much weight loss. 3 hormones you should know about that affect weight gain. Mind you, these are not the only ones, but they are important. They are leptin, insulin, and cortisol. Leptin tells your brain when to stop eating, which is pretty important. When your body is working right, you stop eating because you're full. When you're obese, you have high levels of leptin because fat cells produce leptin in proportion to their size. The leptin overload leads to leptin resistance, which means your brain ignores the message to stop eating. I'm the brain and I ain't gonna listen to you because you ain't acting right, which means you always eat because there's no message to tell you when to stop. Now, insulin, I'm sure you've heard of this one, helps carry glucose into your body's cells to use as energy. But if you're stuck on binging on unhealthy foods, it can lead to insulin resistance, which means your cells block insulin, and now you got all this glucose that was supposed to be used in your cells as energy, all up in your bloodstream. Well, I don't know what to do with all this glucose, might as well make some extra fat. And this leads to weight gain and type 2 diabetes. Cortisol, honey, this is the stress hormone. When you're stressed, anxious, you're not sleeping right, the levels go up. Elevated cortisol levels can lead to increased visceral fat, that belly chub. So what do you do if you suspect your hormones are causing your weight gain? First, make sure you get your levels tested. It's so important to know what you're dealing with. And number 2, you got to attack it by addressing my next point. Processed foods, music, the packaged baked goods, the cookies, the croissants, the sugary cereals. I don't care if they say vegan or plant-based, if you binging on these, they might be the #1 reason your hormones are out of whack and gaining weight. Studies show that people who eat ultra-processed food have lower levels of appetite-suppressing hormones than those who eat whole foods. And when your appetite isn't suppressed, you're going to end up eating more food than a cow, moo. By the way, if these tips are helpful, go ahead and smash that like button. That would be so appreciated. Now back to processed foods. Now processed foods can be tricky for a lot of people who don't know the definition of healthy because they're going by what the package says, not by the ingredients, right? True story, y'all. When I first went vegan, I thought everything that said vegan was good for me, including the veggie meat with all the additives and sodium. When I tell you I binged, listen, your girl blew up. In fact, I remember going to visit family I hadn't seen for a while, and they didn't even recognize me, which was embarrassing. And one of them came up to me joking about how big my arms got. I felt so low. What I didn't understand was that though I was eating vegan food, it wasn't healthy food. So what do you do about this? Read your ingredients, honey, and read them carefully. If you can't pronounce it, it's probably suspect, and shop smart. The bulk of your groceries should be whole foods, fruit, veggies, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. Also, if you're still not losing weight, you might have to part ways with this next one. I'm about to shed a tear. Oil, music, y'all. I know this one hurts, but Emma about to free somebody so you can get that body back in shape. When compared to whole plant-based foods, oil has significantly higher caloric density per pound. And let me show you a diagram. Per pound, vegetables have about 100 calories. Fruit has about 300 calories. Oil has about 4,000 calories and very few nutrients for the amount of calories. So if you want to lose weight, you got to skip the oil. In fact, even the healthy oils can diminish endothelial function for several hours, leading to decreased blood flow. It can slow digestion and increase your triglyceride and cholesterol count. This even includes cold-pressed oils that may have health benefits due to the lack of heat or chemicals used in processing. Also consider that it's also difficult to determine oil quality because there's no saying how exposed it was to heat during cooking or processing, which damages the plant oils. The best thing to do is replace oil with whole nutritious fat sources. This includes nuts, seeds, their butters, and avocados. Keep in mind that if you have too much of these, though they are very nutritious, they are higher in calories, and if you eat too much, you can still pack on the pounds. In general, if you eat them in moderation, you should be good. And you may not need as much fat as you think because fat needs may differ depending on your age, activity level, and health status. Oh, let me say this, just in case you think it's not possible to cook or bake without oil and still have tasty food. It's a myth. I used to think this way too. You can eat both healthily and tasty without the oil. If you want me to do a video on how to cook and bake without oil, let me know in the comments. Calories, music. This right here might mess with somebody, but y'all know your girl gotta keep it 100. You may be excited because somebody told you that when you're vegan or plant-based, you don't have to count calories. And yes, there is truth to that. I know I don't. However, if you're trying to lose weight, you gotta know what you're eating. If you're eating too many foods that are too calorically dense, which is basically the number of calories in a given volume of food, you're gonna pack on that weight. Take a look at these two stomachs. They both have the same amount of calories, but one is nearly empty and the other is nearly full. Stomach 1 chose the food high in calories and low in volume. Remember the oil? Though they eat less, they're going to pack on the pounds, but they're never going to feel full. So if you are constantly eating processed foods and foods that are heavy with oil, not only will it be hard to stay satiated, you'll have a hard time losing weight. That's why eating whole foods as close to nature as possible is so important, honey, because by choosing foods that are low in calories but high in volume, like stomach 2, you can actually eat more and feel full, and this will halt unnecessary weight gain. Some common culprits for sneaking calories in and unknowingly overeating are sugar-filled junk foods, salad dressings, veggie meats, coffee creamers, instant soups, frozen dinners, even too many nuts. Now, nuts are good, but they are calorically dense because they're a natural fat. So what can you do about it? Choose foods that will keep you fuller for longer but low on calories. Whole foods, not packaged foods. And keep a food journal. Once you know what you're actually consuming, you can make the right adjustments, even without calorie counting for every single meal. Also, remember that if you're consuming more than you're burning, you'll gain weight. So stay active. Bonus tip, music. Now, this bonus tip is my absolute fave. It's exactly what I did to recalibrate my body after not making the best dietary decisions, and it helps you jumpstart your weight loss. You ready? Drum roll, please. It's a juice cleanse. Listen, don't sleep on the juice cleanse. It's an effective way to give your gut a rest, all while deeply nourishing your cells with vitamins and minerals, and helps you to flush out backed up matter in your colon. Because there is a right and wrong way to do a cleanse, I suggest you watch this video where I show you how to do a juice cleanse step by step, the right way, so you get maximum benefit. No matter what, remember, you can do this because you're worth it. So stay on the journey. Don't throw in the towel. If you slip up and mess up, it's all right. Just get up and keep moving. And remember, if you're struggling with those stubborn pounds, pay attention to your hormones, ditch the oil and the processed food, don't overeat, and accelerate your progress with a juice cleanse. I hope these tips help you pinpoint the cause of those stubborn pounds so you get back in shape and get your body working optimally while enjoying all the goodness that comes with a plant-based lifestyle. Now, if you're new to this whole food, plant-based thing, welcome. Check out my free gift for you, packed with nearly 20 years of my life-tested strategies to boost your game for the win. Links are all in the description box below. Y'all, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't yet, and click or tap right here to watch more videos to help you transition to a plant-based lifestyle and thrive. Hope you have an amazing day. I love you, y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.